Do they know where he's at? Two members going to be jumping out. Glorious, we've seen him spin around. They popped in a couple points. No, they're running directly into the compound.
Well, they know somebody's here,
though. They know somebody's here.
Pre-flashing that compound unless you know that somebody's here. So Tickleton,
so sneaky.
This is incredibly sneaky now. Kind of looking at the map and seeing where the rest of Sonics are. They're still off to the east. Yeah, they left. You can see H-Wing kind of running around there from a distance, trying to provide a little bit of support. But the rest of the gang still kind of doing a long wrap to the north. It looks like Delwyn might spot them, so the Expendables will have information on this.
So that means that they're going to try to regroup, maybe move back over into the vehicles, and just the distraction. The roaming vehicles might be enough to keep Tig in a safe position. This is well done. He didn't commit into too much looting. Oh, he's going to spot, goes for the spray, doesn't get the knock on Wad, does get Glorious though. So now Tanvu, low health, those shots, that knock is going to be big because the rest of the Sonics are coming in on reinforcements saying, you want to come after Tig? You're coming after all of us. Running down the hillside, Tanvu now in the receiving position of what he was trying to set up, going for some shots. He's got himself the sawed-off, though, trying to make sure that he doesn't overextend in this one, bouncing between, but it's going to be just too many members. Sonics just comes in with gustos, keeps all their members.
And the Expendables not even in a position where they could get in vehicles and come provide some support because Delwyn was getting basically pinned down. And now look at this, 17 heard the gunshots, and they are leaving the Neox facility here to come over off to the east and see if they can maybe pick up something off of this fight.
Dancing around the outside of it, no big rush. He's actually left position. Duck Juice realized he saw all the Sonics members move over here, so he fed that information. Delwyn made the switch over to the Panzerfaust. Duck Juice is now moving in back behind the Sonics. They want to see if maybe they can get a knock or a kill out of this bare minimum, but the lineup isn't the best. Duck Juice will have to just jump in right back behind this and exploit it. Remember, this is not inside of zone, but I like that Sonics is making this commitment into the east, realizing the fact that 17 is going to be trying to gatekeep them out. Panzerfaust does go out, gets multiple knocks. Delwyn makes it happen, but H, when at range, manages to keep his team alive. Here comes the shots at range. He has to drop to his belly. Duck Juice now coming in, trying to make sure he can get these flushes running out. It's going to be H1 near on no life. Duck Juice just throwing nade upon nade. H1's direction. Can he manage to pick it up? Oh, he does! Vengeance comes back. Expendables take down the Sonics.
How the hell did the Expendables turn that around? Absolutely unbelievable. The timing. Duck Juice getting there at the exact perfect time
Here's
to
your
take
reward.
advantage of H-Win.
Your reward is now you get to do it again, maybe. 17 Gaming has decided that, hey, we heard where that firefight was going on at. Duck Juice already spotted. Look, oh, look a little bit. He's just playing with his food right now. Takes a couple of shots in, and he already knows. I don't know, were they kill feed tracking off of this one? Because it looks like they're a bit afraid to just from pushing this one. There it goes. Now they're starting to realize they've got control over the area. Trouble's coming out. Duck Juice should have some utility with all those bodies around them, but that's going to be all she wrote. So it's going to be the Expendables get the kills. And, I mean, Sonics get some kills out of it as well, so kind of neutral.
I mean, geez, though, Clories, we'll see Tiamba be one of the first ones to make a move on the south. Petrichor Road just going to go ahead and try to crash the Cerberus compound, and they might catch them slipping here as they are they're in 4 different spots. They're not able to kind of collect themselves to prevent this.
Both sins coming in very strong. Petrichor Road somewhere on the tail end. Duck Mine now finding himself the odd man out. Soulsy having to run away, just taking way too much damage. Himas just can't defend the way he wants to. Finally, a knock comes out onto Summer, but Duckmai had to retreat away from the compound, now leaned into the wall. Haisaki going to be repositioning, make sure to deny any angles of approach, but the nade is going to be good. Ming just tosses it over the wall. While this is going to be going on, the crash coming up from Tiamba onto Valley Tai also really big, so good positioning coming out from them. They managed to push their way up the hillside. You can see Valley Tai in this point. I thought that they had it on lock, but coming in back behind Valley Tai is going to be 17 Gaming. They have some vision on this tail end of Tiamba trying to regroup. They're going to take a couple of shots, but that's going to be about it. Now 17 Gaming is going to go for a stop-off while Danoa's maneuvering down from the north. They hear this firefight. Looks like a lot of eyes are being set on this hillside.
Yeah, 17 looked like they were going to blow right by, but then they saw the smokes. They saw an opportunity. They tried to go for it, but the good job from Tiamba to land those big shots, important shots to make sure that they didn't get crashed again.
Navi's now crashing into the Cerberus compound as well. There's multiple crashes happening all over this place. Valley Tai is now eliminated. Tiamba gets control over this territory. While this is going on, FaZe in their compound that they had under control, BBT made a push directly into it. Now 17 Gaming had to stop off right next to where Danoa is at. So now 17 Gaming in a world of trouble. Loki's already down for Danoa while the exchanges are coming up, and you can see it's 17 Gaming in a ton of trouble. It's now going to be Tiamba flipping back around around, taking some shots into the backside of what's going to be going on with 17 Gaming while nades are just raining upon them.
And FaZe is trying to third-party this from all the way in the center of the circle, but they have BB Team that has crashed their compound as well, so they can't afford to put all their attention towards this, as Donawa is down to Loki, or they have a knocked Loki now, and Nonix is going to go down as well from Tiamba. So Donawa, while it was looking good for a second, now things are looking a little bit more dicey.
While that was all happening, we had another crash in position where it was going to be Falcons, AGG, day trade all around the mountain that we saw that where AGG went for their crash onto. New circle has popped. It's lean into where Donawa, FaZe are all going to be at. It's just the FaZe compound, fields, and so this 3-stack all up on top of each other, all going to have to move into the circle. The 3-stack up to the north with Petrichor Road as well as Cerberus and Na'Vi, all also going to have to move into a very open circle.
AG, the low duo that didn't manage to make the drop on top, they managed to at least get some deployable cover in there, and that's going to slow the push from Falcons down just enough to where they can reposition here a little bit. Zest offering a little bit of support here, but Day Trade, they want to get in there, so AGG now in the middle of a Day Trade Falcon sandwich, and that's immediately 2 knocks coming through, but both Day Trade and Falcons realizing that they're not the only ones here.
Every single way you maneuver right now is going to have a third or fourth party coming after you. Falcons realizing that this might be a bit too heavy on this angle, now trying to wrap around. Tycon still alive for AGG up on top of the hillside. He's got a member up there with him. Day Trade trying to use his opportunity to make a maneuver into the circle, but it's going to be Na'Vi as well as TSM that could have vision on them at any given moment. And you can see AGG, 2 members up. Sapao, Tycon, high angles. That is scary for the rest of this lobby.
Yeah, they're going to have to stick to this as long as they can. They'll find Raw, and they will go down as well. Spiro actually going to be the one that steals it away. So Sapao and Tycon using that high ground for as long as they can. Unfortunately for Falcons, they'll lose one in the process, but they have to be considering how to get inside the zone now as Tycon's still trying to rain it down. Flood going to go down, Rello going to go down to Hackatory, and Falcons are falling apart.
There's just nowhere to go. There's no angle of approach. It is entirely denied. Gate kept at close range by Day Trade. High ground where AG has realized they're not going to have an option to move in. They just want to go after these kills. They are bloodthirsty, and we know it. They're just going to land down. Looks like they're going to try to find Snakers. Jumps out into the blue. Do they know where he is? Yes, they do. AG Global is just vicious, man.
4 kills now for AGG, although now they have to try to find their way into the zone. He's going to pick up as much utility as possible. Sapao not going to be able to get that heal off in time, so it's all down to Tycon as the blue zone is ticking away. Meanwhile, while all this was going on, TSM took an emergency pickup, found a nice ridge line to play towards the center of the zone. They're down to just 3, but they're in a great position for late game.
More friends decided to join that 17 Donawa position, and that's going to be Tiamba as they manage to move in. We also have Cerberus that's counter-moving over into the northeast as they're trying to shift around, and that's no surprise. While Tycon put up a great fight, there's no pathing it. We do have Na'Vi that's going to have to make some type of move. They've got Solzy for Cerberus to the north, Hemas to the west, and they're also going to have Day Trade as well as TSM with some type of vision, maybe even Petrichor Road. Cerberus, Hemas does line in with BB Team as they're going to just put in damage on Na'Vi. Na'Vi wants to go after the TSM positional. TSM trying to defend up close range. Na'Vi not going to be able to get away with it. Day Trade going to have to make a move of their own in just one moment. Solzy is also down, so that means that Hemas, last one up for Cerberus. He's just got himself that vehicle and, I guess, dreams that maybe somebody will rotate away from him. Most of this actually could end up happening as our teams all pretty much to the west and the south now.
Yeah, the Western teams is the big question mark. What are they going to do? You've got a 4-man squad for Donawa, 4-man squad for Tiamba, and then the wild card of Xiaowu that's still hiding in and amongst all of them. Petrichor Road playing from the fields on the north side. You can see TSM's keeping that smoke wall going, the deployable cover, staying alive. Purdy Curdy should be resable here. Nobody really pushing him just yet, but BB Team, they're on the move.
TSM still just so freaking consistent, man. Inside the circle, defended up. One of the few teams that does not have to move right now. Have to see how BB Team decides to respond to this. They've got Day Trade that they're having to contend with. They know that FaZe is going on, but again, that uneasy alliance between BB Team and FaZe. FaZe looking to the northwest while it's going to be to the northeast for BB Team. BB Team finishes their job as is going to be Day Trade getting eliminated. So now what do you do with this alliance? Nope, FaZe is done with the alliance. They're going to start taking shots at BB Team now as Cerberus is going to get eliminated as well. Petrichor Road, no easy pathing. They are just right on the edge of the zone.
And this is the brutal part about this circle is there's so much wide open field. Now it's rolling hills here, so there is some cover to be found, but unfortunately for Petrichor Road, it's just not great. But right into Donawa, the car coming through, but it doesn't matter. Look at the kill feed as Tiamba gets absolutely roasted.
That is just a massacre over there. The rest of Danawa, go ahead, regroup. They should be able to get some of these reses back up. They've got some vehicles to work around. Xiaowu chose not to get too involved in that just yet. BB team now having to make a move in. They're just trying to rein in on TSM. TSM with near on no idea what's going on. They're just having to smoke into smoke into smoke to stay alive.
Yeah, Pretty Curdy will get flushed out. Elo is resible here for Luke 12, but that smoke you can see is about to die as BB team continues to move. They're going to spot out Elo's toesies. Luke 12, the last one alive.
But here comes FaZe sweeping in right back behind BB team. They're playing from the wall right now and doesn't look like they're going to hard pursue just quite yet. Seeing how this firefight is going to go down, they have some vision into it. They do take a couple of shots, so BB team now has to shift their back over here. They need to make sure that they're playing around that bit of cover that they've got in the hillside, in the vehicle, but FaZe just going to go ahead and gun it in. They're trying to make sure that they get denial angles away from where Danawa, who's entrenched and got vehicles of their own for cover. So this little bit of a hill is about all you've got for cover and trying to make it work.
Love that for FaZe, that they're smoking off their left-hand side, making sure that they can't be third-party by Petrichor Road or Danawa, immediately just focusing all their attention. They're sending all the utility over at Boom BB team. TSM will get finished off. Xiaowu will die to blue, so we are down to our top 4.
Kings of consistency and TSM now down. Petrichor Road the only ones inside this circle. So Danawa going to have to make a move. The bigger problem right now is this, though. BB team, FaZe up on top of each other. BB team in some pretty big trouble right now. They're having to dodge all of these blue zone nades.
So much
FaZe got that hillside. They're just kind of juking around it. I mean, Molotov's going to land right in the thick of them. That is just problematic. That was just clean, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that is extremely effective use of utility by FaZe there. But that being said, now look at what they've got. 1 smoke, 3 Molotovs, that's it. But it's not like anybody else is sitting on a whole lot either. Danawa just running the gamut on flashbangs here and 3 mollies. But they have to be on the move now as the circle has left them. Somehow, Petrichor Road still with 3 up despite playing in that wide open field.
Man, they kind of had to limp into this one a bit, though.
It's been brutal.
Danawa with their 4 members up to the west, already sitting on 10 kills. You can see here is our circle. From here all the way over to Danawa and Petrichor Road. You got yourself some very pretty trees, but that is about it. Vehicles already flipped over at different areas. Any vehicle cover that you can manage to bring into this is going to be really, really big. Danawa's vehicles are a bit weakened, though. Remember, we saw them having to make a couple of very desperate repositions off of it. They do manage to get them into a pretty solid position. Are they just going to line it? They say no. We're just going to come over here directly where you're at, jump out, pops out of it very, very quick. 2 members from Danawa already down, but it's covering angles from Anonix at range. Can they manage to make it happen? But Axlef just defending up, trying to mop up everything he can right now. FaZe realizes this is an opportunity. They're already inside of vehicles. They're rushing across this. Anonix trying to hold them back, and now it's suddenly stalled out.
Ixlep with a hero plays, but will it be enough as he is the last player alive? And Nonix will get spotted out by him again. Ixlep just farming Danawa right now, and they are down to just deal.
FaZe now in so much control over the circle. They've got James up next to Petrichor Road, Gustav in the center of it, and Corexi down to the south. Deal nowhere to go. Axlef can maybe try to get the res, but you can see the angle's going to come up from Gustav, denied, and so Petrichor Road is eliminated. FaZe now in first place.
Deal, the last player left alive. He's got some hard cover to play around in that tree. It's a big tree, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. FaZe Clan widespread onto this. They want this win. They need this win, and they want to get that last point to go along with it.
9 kills, aiming for that 10th. Deal's had some big plays, but a 1v3 with no cover, not even inside the zone. Not too likely to happen, so FaZe narrowly managing to make it to this stage, walks away with a big victory and now in first place.